Once you got everything situated on the main beam, basically hook up your kettle, place it over the fire. C here, we're back from another Survival Saturday. So no overnight tonight, life got a little crazy, so I'm making the best of it. But decided to hike out to one of my favorite spots, see how it's doing, and then I want to make a little campfire and try out some gear and eat some food. So when I make my campfire, I want to try out my new kettle. So this is for coffee or tea, but it's a Bullen kettle. Picked it up. It says it's made for live fire, so I want to try that out. But I also want to make something to hold it over the fire. So I'll make a device to do that. And then I have the Alpha Outpost wooden cup from the Viking box. I want to try and drink some coffee out of that. Thought that'd be really cool. And then to eat, I got a real field meal. This is from 2015. I believe it's sunshine cereal with raspberries. It's an older pack. I want to see how well it held up and see how it tastes. As far as the fire starting, I want to try out some Coleman waterproof matches. So basically a waterproof match holder and matches. And then I have the Alpha Outpost finely ground, basically fire tender. I want to check that out. So I got a couple items to check out and have a little good time by the fire. Okay, first thing we got to get going is a fire. Cleared out a little spot. Now I got some sticks and some firewood collected. Get down, lay down the Alpha Outpost tender. This is finely ground wood fiber in wax, and it's sealed up with like a watertight seal. It's really nice. And I got this out of the Alpha Outpost torch box. Didn't get a chance to try it out yet. But it comes in, it looks like I said, sawdust with like wax on it. So we can throw a nice healthy heap down here. So we're going to put our tender. It should be a pretty easy fire start. This stuff looks very flammable. I want to see how long the burn time is. And then we have the waterproof match holder from Coleman. So this is a rugged, I don't know if it's a new product line they got coming out, but look pretty cool. So it's got the Coleman symbol on it. Kind of open up the top. And it looks like it's got the matches and the strikers like inside there with it. Because there's no strike. Oh, there is a striker at the bottom. Oh, there goes my matches. So there's a backup striker inside in a plastic bag. So that's pretty nice. I'll go ahead and pick up all the matches now. It shows that it holds 25 matches. I think I would put the bigger ones in, the ones you can't put out, like even if you stick in snow in there. And it has a rubber seal on the top that's like a cushion. So you can definitely tell that once you line it up, push it down, that's going to seal them up. Keep them dry no matter if you submerge them or not. But I will try submerging it in the water. A little bit of ice here, but go and put them under the ice, under the water, and see how they do. They're just kind of chilling under the ice. So now they've been fully submerged, and they're definitely floating, so there's definitely air in there. Let's go ahead and take a look, see if they stay dry. So other than around the seal, appear to be just fine. So that seal seems to hold up pretty good. And the matches are saying they're waterproof anyways, but I definitely think this will work out pretty good. Going out, see if it works. Alright, so that's probably why they gave the extra striker inside, because it doesn't appear to want to light off the wet striker. So that's good to know. Okay, now we'll pull the dry one in from the inside the match case out and see if we can get the same match to light. Okay, so definitely have to have a white or a dry striker. The match burned out really quick. Like I said, I'd replace it with the faster or the bigger matches. Tender caught right away, no problems. Go ahead and burn another matchstick. Throw some of the smaller tender on. Get a fire going. So, Coleman match case, pretty good. See why they added the internal striker? Because when that stuff wet, it didn't seem to work out. You have to let it dry out. So good to know, and that's why I like to practice and test things out. This tender, on the other hand, worked out great. That stuff instantly caught, and very cool that it took off like that. And it's also veteran owned and operated. Fiberlights.com, so I'll be supporting that for sure. All right, now I got a decent fire going. I want to set up something to hold my kettle to warm it up. So I'm thinking a Y branch here, Y branch right here, and we'll run it across and then tie a paracord, and then I'll get another Y branch to tie up to it and hold the kettle up there. Don't know if it'll work out. It's kind of the first time I tried it. I get one of my Y branches, and then I sharpened the edge with my SC6 knife. I'll probably place this probably right here, right on the edge. Luckily the ground's soft enough that I can push it down, but I have my axe if I need to pound it down as well. I'll take the other Y branch, take the SC6 knife and put a nice point on it. You want to try and line it up as best you can. Go right across. Should be good to go. I got a nice branch that fits across there really nice. I'm going to use this to hold the tea kettle. I'm going to notch it right here with the SC6 knife and then tie around, and then I'll hook it with the handle right here. I got my notch dug out. I'm just going to throw a little jam knot in here. There's probably easier knots, but that's one of the ones I can rely on the most. Just make your knot at the very end, and then take the other, make another knot like you're going to make another knot, and slip this through. And I'm still learning my techniques as far as tying knots. That's all part of the practice. Put that in the notch, and then pull it tight against that edge right here. You want to make sure that this one jams into that one. And that's why it's called a jam knot. So now we got a nice little holder. I'll tie this to the main beam, and we'll get some water boiling. Okay, once you got everything situated on the main beam, basically hook up your kettle, place it over the fire. You might have to adjust the position of your fire just a little bit, or if I need to kind of reduce tension, I can move this beam right here. It's about perfect placement right there. Okay, we've got our water boiling. Once it's boiled up, I'm going to have the Real Tech field meal sunshine cereal with raspberries, and then some German coffee. I believe this is from a German ration. Like the water got done really fast, which is a pretty awesome method. I mean, I like this a lot better than having just a grill or trying to put it on the fire, because it has fallen over into the fire quite a few times. I've lost my water, so don't like doing that. There's a couple ways you can take this off. You can just take it off with some gloves, just like this, or you can actually take the whole stick off. Whatever you're more comfortable with. I like taking the whole stick off. That way you're not exposing your stick to unnecessary heat. Like I said, this is my first time, and I'll probably work on making better methods, but I like having a little extra slack on here so you can kind of go up and down. Maybe if you want to keep it warm, you kind of pull it up some. And then if you want to warm it back up, you can drop it back down. So that worked out pretty good. So let's go ahead and make this coffee up real quick. Let me take this off. Pour some hot water into my wooden cup. And then we got to pour the rest into this pouch. And there's no water amount in here, so hoping that I got enough, because I couldn't pre-measure. Got a nice vacuum seal on it. I don't know if there's a vacuum or packet in there, like a moisture packet. I don't see one. Thing looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and fill it to the fill line and let it sit. And this actually, his handle is pretty cool, so I don't have to worry about even wearing gloves really. Just make sure you don't get burned when you're pulling it off the fire. Pouring with the kettle is really nice. See the fill line, a little overshot, but that'll be alright. Go ahead and seal it up and let it sit. Okay, go ahead and make a coffee extract from I think it's a German ration. It's pretty good coffee when I had it. I really like this wooden cup so far. It's insulated, so the hot water doesn't affect your hands at all. It's got a nice grip that actually, molds to your fingers really well. You can hold it really easily. It looks like it holds about 8 ounces. Go ahead and stir this coffee up a little bit. It's interesting, this cup, this wooden cup has the kind of the same principles as the cast iron skillet or cast iron like cookware. You know, how you take care of it, how you preserve it. You're not supposed to wash it with soap. You're actually supposed to make coffee in it and let it sit overnight as like a curing method. But then you're supposed to wax it with the food grade wax and seal it, which they've already done. But as far as maintenance and keeping it, if you don't do that right, they said it's not gonna be worth anything. It's not gonna work anymore. So very interesting. Okay, it's time to try the Sunshine cereal. Looks like I put a perfect amount of water in there. It's not runny at all. It's really thick. Very simple ingredients. You got raspberries, oats, muesli, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of sugar, and pumpkin seeds. You can see the pumpkin seeds in there, but it's real thick. I'm going to go and give it a try. This is one of those mains, if you don't like semi-sweet, you want things a little bit sweeter. You definitely want some sweetened condensed milk with this because it comes off, it's not that sweet. It's actually pretty tart from the raspberries. You can taste a little bit of the vanilla, a little bit of the sugar, but it's overall very semi-sweet. I enjoy that. It's really good. I'm going to go ahead and wash it down with this coffee. Coffee's very bold, not very bitter. I remember it's really strong when I had it, I believe during the natural, or the overnight in the natural shelter. I think I had that ration. I think that's where this came from. But overall, great coffee. It's definitely cool drinking from a wooden cup like this. I would definitely, I'm interested to see if I continue to drink cups of coffee through it, if it's going to like enrich the flavor similar to like a cast iron skillet. So that's really cool. This has been a really good breakfast. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. We'll talk more in final thoughts. Okay, so final thoughts on the gear and the food. So the gear, I had the kettle. This is the Boulin kettle. I got it off Amazon. It worked out perfect for what I'm looking for. I was looking for one of these because I wanted an easier way to warm up water over a campfire. It's not always easy to set it on there because it ended up tipping over or causing more issues. Made the little device to place it over there, made it over the fire. It worked out great. I said I continue to refine my skills and work on finding better ways to do it. Now, the Alpha Outpost, basically the wood cup, worked great. I hope to continue to use this. I want to maintain it. There's a do's and don'ts list as far as maintenance, just like you would consider like a cast iron skillet. So very interesting, and I really like it. I really like the feel and the look of it. So continue to use and see how long it holds up. The Alpha Outpost fiber and wax, the tender, is actually called Fiber Light. I'll put a link for that. It's fiberlight.com, and it's veteran owned and operated, and this stuff worked great. So I'll continue to support that, and it's very compact, easy to put in a pack, and definitely will work out fine. Now the Coleman waterproof matches. It's a rugged edition. The case was waterproof, but once the striker got wet, it made it very difficult to light the match. There was a striker inside that worked out, but I don't think it's as robust as some other things I've seen. Would it work? Yes. But just consider those things. If the striker gets wet and somehow it gets wet inside, you will not have fire. So always have backups. As far as the food, I had some coffee from a German ration. It was great. And then this was the like a real field meal. You see these in Norwegian rations and whatnot, and this thing was 6 years old and it was fine. It was the Sunshine cereal with raspberries. Worked out great. And it's just amazing how long these things last. The best buy date was actually October 2020, and it was still fine. And I'm sure it will last much longer, as long as the container would have lasted. But had a nice little trip out here. Hope I'm going on more adventures soon. And that's all I got now, so thanks for watching. Have a great day.